Hello, Michelle here with the daily vlog. I have just recorded a rambling video regarding my new collector's pins from Geek Gear. Check that out below. So I thought, well, whilst the camera's set up, might as well do another rambling video, and then it's done. Oh boy, am I tired. I am so tired. I actually, because yesterday I ended up doing a couple of hours overtime. I ended up doing a couple of hours overtime again today. And it's supposed to be like a 1:30 finish. So, that happened. So there you go. That's just, it was alright. We were just doing the shop clear, today. So just picking up crap and rubbish and chucking it all in the truck. Like I've said before, my work actually is quite easy, and it's not, I don't find it to be boring. I mean, sometimes when you're walking up and down in the town, it can be a little bit back and forth and round and round a bit. Yeah, it can be a bit dull. But I'd still do it. You know, it's not terrible, and you still sort of see people say hi, whatever. But yeah. So but doing this today, like going around with the driver and sort of, you know, stop starting and seeing more of the town and doing stuff, it's quite nice. It's quite pretty. But yeah, but it has left me very, very tired. So yes, here we go. Here's the book. Here's the book. Tired. Just brain wants to switch off, lie down, curl up. Had a headache on and off all day. I don't know if that was for weather or not. We were supposed to have thunderstorms, like today and yesterday we were supposed to have thunderstorms, and we didn't. And I dressed appropriately with, you know, a raincoat on and everything, waterproof, and nothing. And what, in fact, what it did do is get even hotter. So that could account for my headache a little bit as well. So yeah, there we go. That's my day. The book with the questions. It's a book with questions. Should we see what today's question is? Why not? You bothered to click on this video. I'll see what the question is. How do you and your best friends compare when it comes to the music you love? Write a bit about how your musical taste differs or is the same. Obviously I won't be writing it down. Lots and not at all. By that I mean, obviously Adam and I are different generations. He's 27, so there's like about 13 years between us. So obviously there is a bit of a difference in the types of music we grew up with and grew up appreciating. Obviously I grew up in the 80s, and he was born towards the end of it. I don't know, my maths isn't good. I think he was born 89. Oy. So yeah, that's but so he was a teenager during the 90s when all that was going on. But I don't think he's a massive 90s music fan. I mean, yeah, he likes it as much as anyone, but I don't know, he just smashed my glasses. He does. I grew up with 80s music, and I would always say that's kind of my decade. But he also appreciates. He probably doesn't love it as much as I do, but he appreciates some of the cheesier stuff. I did find out he, like, when we did the My Little Pony review, which is way down there, that he actually likes Sia, S-I-A, and which surprised me because, to be fair, we never really talked about our musical taste. We sort of, yeah, we've been to parties where there's been discos and that was fun. We had a great time. He can throw shapes like a very, very drunk gay person. So that was alright. But I've lost my thread. Yeah. Yeah, so we were watching, you know, during the movie, and he said, "Oh yeah, I like Sia." I'm like, really? You actually, like, I've got a, you know, yeah, I have a few of her songs. Like, huh. I didn't even know who she was until I, like, watched Todd in the Shadows video about one of Gaga's songs that she features on or something. And so that genuinely surprised me. That was like, here's a musical artist that I've never even heard of, and you're a fan of them. So fair enough. I I mean, when it comes down to individual songs and that, we both like musicals, like big show tunes. We both love Blood Brothers. He's a big musical fan. I haven't seen Wicked yet, but he's a big fan of that. So in that sense, they compare pretty well as well. I mean, we haven't seen the same musicals, but you know, it's we can just we haven't got around to it yet. Oh, excuse me, I feel all snuffly. Oh, I need to change that. Okay. So I think they compare well. We both, you know, love Open Up Your Eyes. We both love the music to and from The Greatest Showman. Like completely to the point where we can sing along with each other without looking at the music or anything. So we know who we are. I don't know where he stands on 70s music. I know he kind of likes ABBA. I do know he doesn't like too disco-y music. Like we were at a disco. To be fair, it was kind of a naff disco, but I wanted to sort of see the disco where he was throwing shapes. He was also very drunk because the boss was paying for it, and it was kind of more generic dancey music. And I think this was a part the Sherlock when the music, it wasn't very good. We had to pay a lot for the beer, which is quite expensive, and it wasn't, you know, that nobody was really enjoying themselves. So there were a few people out on the dance floor, but I was like, oh come on, like the YMCA and all these other so what, I can't remember. I don't think it was YMCA. I think it was another one that I thought was kind of supposed to be like a an anthem. And he's like, oh, this one. And then, oh, okay, so some of the cheesier disco music, or the, for want of a better term, gay music, he's not a big fan of. He's like, I don't want to dance to this. So I think you have to get him super drunk to really get him to dance. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, we both kind of like the same rock music. Like when I've listened to Caleb, and oh, I can't remember his name, the one who does the Google Translate songs. And I've watched them, and then when I show them to him, he's like, oh, this is really good, I like this. So stuff like that, we do agree on quite a lot. But yeah, otherwise, I'm not sure what else to say. I don't think there's any genre we disagree on. The reason I'm sort of having trouble coming up with, you know, finding the more specific thing is, one, is not a conversation we tend to have very often. We tend to talk about more about film or what we're sort of doing, some more visual stuff. But also, when we were at work together, everyone had a playlist. Everyone had some music that they liked to put on. Like I had one on my phone. A couple of my colleagues had one on their phones or iPods or whatever. Or we did at one point. We were trying to make a big playlist on the computer for the work computer. And then one of our colleagues put like loads of soundtrack music on it, which I like a good soundtrack music, don't get me wrong, but it's not the right kind of music for in store. You want bouncy songs, you want happy music, you want films, you want film songs for sure, or songs from games for sure, but not necessarily the ambient soundtracky music, because people don't always like that. It's something you've got to be in the mood for. But pretty much we all did that, but Adam never did. He never had a playlist at work. There would be days where he'd decide, because obviously we'd sold CDs as well as you know, other entertainment stuff. There were days where he would decide he'd choose the CDs, but I can't remember being particularly surprised or offended or like, the hell is this, to any of the music choices he put on. So yeah, I can't, what did I say, make a list? I'm not making a list. One, I'm not writing it down, but two, like, I can't make a list. Write a bit about how your music taste differs. Oh, it's the same. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I think it compares pretty well. There's people I've heard of and listened to on the reg that he's probably maybe not necessarily aware of, or doesn't necessarily know the name. But as a rule, we tend to agree and disagree on what is good and bad or meh. And yeah, if I play something, he's usually like, yeah, I like this. Or, it's not my type. But I can't remember if he's ever really said, oh, it's not really for me. He's always sort of listened politely. So yeah, there we go. It compares well. We like that. We like that with the music choices. So, yes. I know it's rambly. I know I'm really sort of there today. But I am super tired. I'm going to sleep like a log tonight. And I'll be a lot happier and bouncier in my next vlogs and videos. So like I said, I've done 2 today for the unboxing as well. So, yeah, I can't find my piece of paper. You know who I am. You know where I am. I'm at Phoenix11 on the Twitters. So you can follow me there. You can write comments. Tell me your favourite types of music and if your friend agrees with you. If you fully get other buttons on the way to hit down, awesome, have a great time. But yeah, if you're still here, if you're watching me do this bit, thank you, you're the awesome people. I've been Michelle, you've been listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.